Just the employer education was the big thing. Flexibility, just being flexible in terms of schedules and allowing people, because I know those bus routes are killers. I talked to the CEO of Indigo, and he explained that as much as they'd like to help, their routes have to stay in areas where there are population centers, and so they can't jump all over the place. So they have a difficult time dealing with this issue as well. So that's probably not going to change right away. And when people have to get, even though they can get bus passes, when they have to hop from one line to another, boy, if they miss one or if they're a little late, they don't get to work that day and they lose their job. So that's probably not the best, but maybe carpooling is a whole lot better approach to that. But we're gonna boil some of this down. This is going to be included in the publication we put out, and for everybody who's here, we're going to kind of come back with some information on some things we heard regarding some ideas to take this further in the future. You know, the one thing that just hit me over and over again as I listened tonight was I was with, matter of fact, David Palmer and a group, and we went down to Camp Hebron that's down in southern Indiana, which is Wheeler Mission's drug recovery program location. And we were in chapel there, and then I went also to a chapel service at Pendleton Correctional Facility one night. And in both cases, I'm thinking, wow, what really hit me was the men that were on each side of me were not that much different than I was. In some cases, we grew up in similar situations in terms of families, two-parent families in a lot of cases, income level about the same. There wasn't a lot of difference, except they made one big mistake in their life, one really bad choice, and they ended up being incarcerated, and I was sitting right next to them, and I realized that that could have been me. So I think if we can gain an understanding of that and get more people to really get that just for the grace of God, I'm standing up here and they're in a facility right now and they'll be coming out and I can go get a job anytime I want one, and it's hard for them. And it could also be that maybe I didn't get caught when I did what I did, you know? And if we're really honest about it, maybe that's the case in some cases too. So I hope you enjoyed this tonight. As I said, this was designed to be a catalyst to start a discussion. One thing I'd like you to turn to, other than the websites that we talked about, Purposeful Design and K-Love's Auto Detailing, and then all the sites of the people that were in the panel today too, is to keep up with this and to figure out where you can fit in and what you can do and how you can play a part. Visit uniteindy.org, and just right on the homepage you'll see buttons for volunteer opportunities and partnering and items needed. Just click on those and see if anything really intrigues you in terms of getting involved, maybe taking that first step. And some will deal with reentry, and others will deal with homeless teens, and others will deal with finding work for young kids. Another area that we have to concentrate on is people when they're younger, before they head on this dangerous path and have all these problems. And if we can help them avoid it, we sure want to do that. So thank you for coming. I hope you'll play a big role if you're not doing it already, and just get involved. That's what this is all about. Thank you.